Welcome to Celestial Insights, a weekly podcast that brings the stars down to earth. I'm your host, astrologer, coach, and intuitive Celeste Brooks. My purpose is to provide practical, unique, and insightful guidance to help you navigate the energies of the week like a boss. Hello, this is Celeste of Astrology by Celeste, and on this episode, I will discuss the astrology for the week of September 22nd, 2024. The next new moon workshop is on September 29th, and we will be discussing the Libra solar eclipse. Eclipses open up a 6-month cycle where events are seeded, and you will see them. Sometimes they happen right on the day, but sometimes, the stories will unfold over the next 6 months or so. So join me to learn all about this important eclipse. I will do as many hot take natal chart readings as I can. You can sign up at the link in the show notes or go to my website, astrologybyceleste.com, and sign up there. The theme of this week is the Lilith files, and there are 3 big things I want you to think about as you navigate this week. The first is that Libra season is from September 22nd to October 22nd. So we're going to have the autumn equinox in the northern hemisphere, where we have equal day and night, but then we start moving more towards the night, and we are in the fall season. It's a great time to bring more balance into your life. Libra's constellation looks like the scales, and the scales of justice. Libra rules partnerships of all kinds. It rules law and justice. People with strong Libra energy can be excellent communicators. Libra is an air sign where they can see both sides of the story and help people come to find win-win solutions. And this may be how you see the energies show up. Maybe yesterday you were annoyed at your boo and in your mind thinking about everything wrong with them, or even said everything wrong with them. And then the sun goes into Libra and they come home with flowers or cook you dinner or do something. Tickets to the theater. Libra rules cultural events and art events. And then all of a sudden, you're feeling, in love with them again. Or perhaps you flirt with a stranger, or you go to a cultural event or make plans to go to a cultural event today. You will see as soon as the sun moves into the sign of Libra, something is going to be spotlighted, like potentially peace. Wouldn't it be wonderful if there are conflicts around the world that come to some kind of peaceful solution? It will be hard because on this same day, Venus, which rules Libra, is in the sign of Libra and it's squaring Pluto in Capricorn. Capricorn rules governments, big business, older people, structures, and the squares are tense and activating. Now, with Pluto and Capricorn, like in a personal relationship, there can be themes around betrayal or jealousy. Yeah, with Pluto, there's typically 3 people involved in something. It's like triangulation. Now, your boo could look at another person who's attractive, Venus and Libra, and you could like go ham and be really mad and start talking to them about something. So there's this tension because Venus is square Pluto at the 29th degree of crisis and decay. So it's not all just the beauty of Libra. There's something simmering underneath. And on the same day, Venus moves from its home sign of Libra, where it can do what it does with ease, into Scorpio. It dives off the cliff, off the high dive, into this deep, intense sign where Venus is in its detriment, where it can act in extreme and ineffectual ways in order to get what it wants. So you have that Venus square Pluto, and then Venus carries that plutonic energy into Scorpio, which makes it even more intense. So that's September 22nd to October 17th. Now, this could also be you've been dating someone and, it's all the very, your folded napkin, you're acting on your best behavior. You've been on several dates and been very like just a kiss at the door and I'll see you later. And then Venus moves into Scorpio and you are ready to light those sheets on fire. That could be something that happens as well with that Venus square Pluto and then Venus going into Scorpio. And it's going to be in Scorpio from September 22nd to October 17th. So be aware issues of coveting or jealousy or things can be coming up or possessiveness in your relationships can be coming up around this time. There will be some events in the news especially because this is all happening on the same day. There could be stories about money laundering. And we had Venus in the yacht a few days ago. You can listen to last week's podcast if you want. But there can be passionate and intense love affairs that are spotlighted. Like you could just be reading a novel about a passionate, intense love affair. It could be how it shows up for you. But there also can be power struggles over resources. Because with Scorpio, there's this nature of it's a very piercing sign. It's ruled by Mars. And Mars is in the sign of its fall in Cancer at this time. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Mars in Cancer. You find out your sister or brother is having an affair with your sister or brother's husband or something like that. This is when those kind of stories could be coming to light in people's personal lives. I hope nobody I know has that kind of horrible thing happen to them. The Birthdate Company makes amazing products, and I am a proud affiliate. I especially love the Birthdate book. It's a fully personalized, beautiful, and unique reading of your birth chart with over 70 pages of detailed horoscope analysis. It is such high quality. I absolutely love it. They also make amazing birth date candles. You can get it for yourself or as a gift for someone else. So check out the store and use my coupon code Celeste10 for a 10% discount. Go to bit.ly/3PW3NFM. You can find that in the link in the show notes. Enjoy. The last thing I want to make you aware of is that we're going to have a last quarter moon at 2 degrees of Cancer. Last quarter moons are the crisis of consciousness of the lunation cycle, the sun in Libra, a sign of relationships, the moon in Cancer, a sign of family. There could be people deciding whether or not to have a child or another child, because Cancer also rules the mother and family. Or it could be there's some kind of thing you're trying to bring more balance, Libra, with your own child or something like that. Mercury is opposite Neptune. So it may feel like, oh, I don't know if we're ready to have another child or a first child or whatnot, or buying our first home. It could be like you're debating whether to move or buy a home or something like that. And I just wrote down, you may need to walk by faith and not by sight with Neptune. It's the path forward. It's unclear. But if your deep desire, and Venus has associations with what we like, what we desire, if that is what you desire, sometimes you just need to go forward and have the courage. The North Node is in Aries, amplifying courage. Regarding the moon phase family, these 27-month cycles where there can be a pivot point for the same story, especially when your chart is activated, meaning the degrees are within like 2 degrees on either side or degrees that you have in your chart. There could be a story for you that you notice when you go back and look at the dates. And you give 2 weeks on either side. So the new moon of this cycle, where the sun and the moon were both at 7 degrees of Cancer, was on June 28th, 2022. The first quarter moon, where the sun in Aries, the moon in Cancer, both at 8 degrees, March 28th, 2023. The full moon, the sun in Capricorn, the moon in Cancer, December 26, 2023. And now we come to the last quarter moon on September 24th with the sun in Libra and the moon in Cancer, both at 2 degrees. Your chart is being activated because the moon is almost at the same degree every 9 months, activating the same house. So the sun in Libra is the 2 of Swords card in the tarot deck. And there's a woman sitting there with swords crossed, like her hands are crossed and there's swords, and she's wearing a blindfold. And it has some themes about indecision, making choices, but you don't have all the information. You may be at a stalemate is something that could be with this, or just having a difficult decision to make where you don't have all the facts. The Sabian symbol is the dawn of a new day, reveals everything has changed. The moon at 2 degrees of Cancer, that's the 2 of Cups. That's a card of partnership and love and mutual attraction and connection. And the Sabian symbol is an Arctic explorer leads reindeer through icy canyons. So there could be difficult terrain and tough journeys and facing the elements, or following a leader about not knowing where you're going. So this could be in relation, like exactly with having the child, that story where there's difficult decision. Now, I also get climate change with this, and I wrote down Russia. So things have been escalating as I'm recording this. I'm recording this on September 3rd because I have a lot of travel coming up. So I don't know what has happened over the last several weeks, but those are some things to think about. On Sunday, the word of the day is demands. The moon is in Gemini at 3:24 a.m. Pacific time. Gemini is mutable air. It rules transportation and siblings. And you can think about wind and air. It's a great day to call a sibling and just have a great, fun, chatty conversation with witty repartee. Then the sun enters Libra at 5:43 a.m. and begins Libra season. How can you be more balanced and fair and articulate and finding win-win solutions and focusing on your partnerships, your one-on-one partnership, be it like a love partnership, a business partnership, or like BFF type partnerships. Now, Libra also rules open enemies. And peace, Libra rules peace. So there could be there's going to be stories likely about one of the wars going on around the world. Venus in Libra squares Pluto in Capricorn, both at the 29th degree of crisis and decay. And then Venus enters Scorpio at 7:37 p.m. Pacific time. That's a lot of shifting energy. There is going to be a story that embodies the nature of these shifting energies. And the United States midheaven is at 1 Libra. It's either 1 or 2 Libra. It's right around there. So the sun is spotlighting things about the president or the executive branch of the United States, squaring moon in Cancer. Something about land or home rates. Maybe there's something about home rates or something that comes up around this date. Yeah, we'll see what happens. On Monday, the word of the day is frustration. The moon is square Saturn and then conjunct Jupiter. So try not to get so frustrated with something like the moon square Saturn. You've got the feeling moon of restriction. You're facing boundaries. You feel blocked. There's some hardship or hard work or delays. But then Jupiter in Gemini, where it's in detriment, you can just start rushing or just charging forward in some way. So I wrote down, don't get so frustrated that you rush doing something and make a mistake. Remember, you measure twice and cut once. That is good Mercury and Virgo wisdom. On Tuesday, the word of the day is sentimental. The moon will square Mercury in Virgo and then Neptune. And then it enters Cancer at 7:49 a.m. Pacific time. The moon's at home in the sign of Cancer, where it can do what it does with ease, which is feel. be a sentimental and feeling the emotions of things. Now, Mercury in Virgo is trine Uranus in Taurus. So Mercury communicates. There could be like someone gets health news, unexpected health news. Like you could do 23andMe and you get your results back and then find out, oh my God, Uranus, a surprise. I didn't know I was part Swahili or whatever. Interesting. There could be something, an exciting speech. Uranus is exciting. Now, Uranus rules reversals. There can be news about rate cuts or student loan debt reductions, is what I wrote down. The moon will trine Venus. That's a nice energy. And then we have that last quarter moon at 2 Cancer at 11:49 a.m. Pacific time. So something's being initiated on this day or tomorrow of the nature of the signs. On Wednesday, the word of the day is indigestion. Mercury in Virgo is opposite Neptune in Pisces. Virgo rules the intestines, and Mercury rules like tubes of all kinds that transport, and Neptune in Pisces. You ate something, it just doesn't because the moon is conjunct Mars and Cancer. So Mars can be a problem, and Cancer rules the stomach, and you ate something and your stomach and your intestines are all feeling a little funny. That could be something someone experiences. And then when Mercury in Virgo trine Pluto and Capricorn, both at that 29 degrees of crisis and decay, this could be, oh my goodness, someone got food poisoning and Pluto, like it all comes up. You feel like, oh, I'm dying. And it all comes up like the vomit feels like very Plutonian. That could be how it shows up. And Mercury rules the esophagus because it rules tubes of all kinds. Yeah. I also wrote down listening devices. Mercury and Neptune is a secretive listening device that's capturing conversations in a boardroom, these powerful conversations or something like that may come to light. Like in both Pluto and Neptune are retrograde, so it's stuff from the past comes to light. So notice if they're like the people, it could be like the people at Kellogg's are talking about something. Like you could watch that movie. Jerry Seinfeld has some movie about the cereal wars or something like that. If you are embarking on a new journey, experiencing a major life event, feeling stuck, trying to make a difficult decision, or just looking to make positive changes, astrology can provide life-changing insights. There are several ways to work with me. You can come for a 60 or 90-minute astrology consultation depending on your needs. Engage in longer-term cosmic success coaching where we work together on a 3-month basis to help you overcome blocks, improve your life satisfaction, build better relationships, accomplish your career goals, and understand yourself better using the tool of astrology. Or mystic mentoring if you're an aspiring astrologer and want help with chart analysis techniques. Go to astrologybyceleste.com to check out my offerings. If you have any questions, you can email me at celeste@astrologybyceleste.com. On Thursday, the word of the day is fairness. Mercury enters Libra at 1:08 a.m. Pacific time. And this could be like your kid, like you cut a piece of cake or something for your children. And one says, wait, Sally's piece is bigger than my piece, because Libra wants fairness, wants things to be exactly equal. And that could be how that shows up. But there's probably news about legal affairs with that. The moon will enter Leo at 3:47 p.m. Pacific time. Leo rules children. One of these states in the United States, these red states, could do something else to try to make life as hard as possible for women and their fertility choices. But I love a Leo moon. It's dramatic. It's dynamic. It's a great time to have fun. Oh my God, when I was in England a couple of weeks ago, the dance floor was lit up at the Astrological Association conference. We had such a wonderful time dancing under a Leo moon. So that's a great to get out and have fun. And you'll notice people are talking louder. They are smiling more. They're laughing or like doing things that are attention seeking can be something you see. On Friday, the word of the day is date night. It's a great night to get all dressed up and go out with your friends or your boo or watch a romantic comedy or something like that, or a sexy movie, or like this would be a great time, like Dangerous Liaisons, a Glenn Close movie, Dangerous Liaisons with the Venus and Scorpio, or Fatal Attraction. Oh, that's in line with Venus and Scorpio. Or the Black Widow movie with Deborah Winger. That's a really good one. Or Body Heat. The Leo moon is sextile the Libra sun. So this is why I'm like, this is like, I don't know if you've seen on Instagram, there's like these dance contests where the people like don't even know each other or what the song is going to be. Like, and there's a West Coast swing group that somehow got on my feed, and they are so talented and like they jump up and dance together and they do such a great job. Like that's Leo moon, sextile Libra sun energy. And Venus is sesqui-square Jupiter. Those are both the benefics, and it's like, get out and have a great time. On Saturday, the word of the day is hot-blooded. Venus in Scorpio is quincunx the North Node in Aries, both at 6 degrees. And I wrote down a passionate woman getting all fired up about something. Venus in Scorpio, a woman that's full of passion. And Aries, courageous, getting fired up. This is like Norma Ray. It was a movie with Sally Field about unions getting up on that table and holding up the sign about, that they were going to demand their rights. There's a balsamic moon at 21 Leo at 8:47 a.m. Pacific time. For the next 2.5 days, it's really a time to slow down, get more rest, be intuitive. Great time to pull some tarot or oracle cards. Yeah, rest up before the solar eclipse. The moon is sextile Jupiter in Gemini. I like this energy. And I wrote down that this makes me think of Putin. He has a Libra stellium and Venus rules his sun. And his Venus is in Scorpio, so where it is now. And he's about to make a mistake or suffer a loss. So we'll see if something like that happens. But, Netanyahu, if he's still the leader, I mean, his days, I think, are numbered. I don't think he's going to make it through to the spring as the leader of Israel. But eclipses are known for taking out leaders. So that's it for this week's episode. Feel free to email me at celeste@astrologybyceleste.com with any astrology in action stories, or let me know how the daily themes are playing out for you. Take care, and I'll catch you next week. Thank you for listening to Celestial Insights. To learn more about my work, please visit my website, astrologybyceleste.com, where I offer personal readings, horary consultations, cosmic coaching, group events, and classes to help guide people to higher levels of fulfillment. You can also find me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook at Astrology by Celeste. If you enjoyed Celestial Insights, please help others find the show. Follow, rate it 5 stars, or write a nice review. I would so appreciate it. I'm astrologer, coach, and intuitive Celeste Brooks, and I'll be back next week.